All right, been maybe way too long for me to have not done one of these, but this is going to be a quick one. I've been really busy. I have a job opportunity in a new field, and that's kind of been taking my time because I have been studying and doing a lot of different things to prep myself for that. But that's a whole different story. But that's why I haven't been posting weekly like I normally would. I've also been focusing a lot on my Instagram and the photography aspect of what I do, media wise and digital media wise. So, yeah, that's kind of where my focus has been at, on top of just being really busy with family, friend events, and things like that. But, anyways, taking a small little break to do this because I enjoy doing this, and today I had the opportunity to go grab some breakfast from a spot I've never been to. So this is Egghead. Yeah, this is, damn, I don't know if you can really read that, but yeah, this is Egghead Sando Cafe. If you don't know what the Sando is, it's kind of like a Japanese style sandwich. I think Japanese or it's Asian, could be Korean, I could be wrong. It's a Japanese style sandwich. I said that wrong again, but whatever. I'm assuming it's just they're sandwiches. They're really awesome sandwiches. Sandos are sandwiches. So I got a breakfast sandwich from them, and I also got myself an iced coffee. The ice is all melted. Let's just start there. I think it's double shot of espresso and milk. Don't remember what milk, if there was an option to choose. I ordered it for pickup, and I just went from the drop down menu. I got this with light sugar or less sugar, I think was the option. I don't really typically need a lot of sugar with my coffee. I normally do take it black under most circumstances, but that's solid. Nice flavor. It's coffee the way I like it, or one of the ways I like it. But anyways, so I got this sandwich, and it's in this box, which I think is nice and easy. It doesn't leak or anything like that. So I got their classic bacon, egg, and cheese. Looks like it's like on a brioche kind of bun. I could be wrong, but it's on a bun, which is very different for a sando. I'm used to seeing like the milk bread, like thick pieces of like milk bread. So this is different, that it's actually looking like a sandwich, like something you might get from like, this, I don't even think this is brioche. Okay, this is actually looking a lot sadder than I thought it would look. So the bottom is kind of wet because, I had to get this and pick it up and bring it home. It was like a 30-minute thing, and then I've also been doing some studying. So this is what you're looking at for this. So there's the bread, a fried egg, some sauce, one slice of American cheese, and a few cuts of bacon. So I'll be honest, it's not the greatest looking thing, but like I said, I did let it sit for a lot longer than I should. But from the look of it, like the cheese never really melted, so it wasn't that hot. And I'm not used to getting this with a fried egg. Usually I'm used to like these things having like fluffy scrambled eggs when I get like breakfast sandos from places. But let's just give it a bite. Okay. Okay. This is a really good first bite. I'm not gonna lie. That was a great first bite. This is a fantastic first bite. Bacon is still crispy, super salty, but you kind of like that salty flavor given everything on here. The cheese kind of blended in with it, so there's nothing wrong with it. It was just kind of there. I didn't really get much flavor out of the egg though, but I like that the bacon is salty because I do like my fried eggs to be salty too, and I think the bacon handles that. That was a chewier part of the bacon. Not as satisfying of a bite. Yeah, second bite. So, I love chewy and fatty pieces of bacon, but I feel like with this breakfast sandwich, I definitely enjoyed the crispier bites. Well, I'd say in part because you get a lot more texture. So this is what the inside looks like. Yeah, it's like tracking me. I don't know what I'm doing with this fucking hand waving over here, but yeah, so that's what it looks like. It's not bad, but I'm also waiting to get to the part with the yolk. So the thing about it is the yolk is like right here on this burger on this sandwich. So I'm gonna break into it at the end, basically. So far, it's good. The sauce is nice. It's got a little bit of a tang to it. I'm not really sure what it is. Oh, there it is. There's the egg. There's that goodness right there. All right. Oh, that's yeah. So that's a good egg yolk, but there was no flavor from it besides the yolk. So I needed the bacon for the saltiness. The positioning of that yolk was kind of disappointing because there was like almost no bacon there, but solid yolk. I think it was like closer to an over medium because towards this edge, there's like a cooked piece in that yolk right there. I don't think you can see it because of my camera, but yeah. Last bite. Just double checking how much I paid for that. So that was my last bite. I paid $20.85 for that sandwich and this coffee. I mean, to be honest, I think it was definitely overpriced. There was nothing particularly wrong with it, for the sandwich at least, but there was nothing particularly amazing about it. Like, I felt like I could have probably been more content and satisfied with getting McDonald's breakfast. Now, obviously, the quality of this is even better, but for like breakfast Sandos, it's just really underwhelming because, well, great bacon, great amounts of bacon. Like the egg was just a fried egg; it wasn't seasoned at all, and it was partially cooked. Where I probably would have wanted this to be fully runny, so it just goes soaked up. And I feel like it's not exactly their fault that the egg yolk was like towards the corner, and I probably could have started eating at that point, eating it there. But if it was like kind of symmetrical, I think that would have been a better experience. So maybe I could get that egg yolk flavor in more bites. And then no problem with American cheese, but I didn't really taste it. They probably could have thrown on like 2 slices of American cheese on there just to give it better flavor, and also let it melt. I was actually shocked that that cheese was not melted at all. It had a little bit of like flop to it where it like you can tell it was hot when they put it on the bacon, but it I would have wanted some nice melty cheese. You know, like you see that gooiness from the American cheese. I would have loved that. And the coffee's solid. Once again, it's just little like light sugar, a form of dairy, or maybe not dairy, but milk, and 2 shots of espresso. And I think this is particularly solid, but you know, let's say I paid $20. Let's break that down. You could, I forgot, I know the sandwich is more expensive, but even at $10 splitting each, I'm like, I don't think that sandwich was a $10 sandwich. Completely and honestly, I honestly think I could probably cook a better sandwich myself. It's also too because that bun was kind of disappointing. It's not what I'm used to with breakfast sandos, and like it just kind of felt like a generic bun. I didn't think the bun was particularly flavorful or special. Like I do prefer my sandos with like milk toast, milk bread. Like that is top. A brioche bun, and I don't know if that was a brioche bun, but it didn't look like it, didn't feel like it. Especially when I was chewing on it, it felt like kind of more like just like a white bread kind of hamburger bun. But I might be wrong. But anyways, for the two things as a whole, I'd probably just give it a solid. I think I'm being somewhat generous. I'm going to say 7 out of 10 because there's nothing wrong with it, but there's nothing special about it. And I know I feel like I overpaid for what I got. Now, would I go back and try something else? Absolutely. When I got there, the place was super busy, and it's a really tiny shop, but there was a lot of people in there because there's like only like two tables in there, and it's like really tiny, but all the tables were filled. There were people outside who clearly got breakfast and food there too. And the service was fantastic. It's a cute little shop. So maybe part of it is just I got the very basic thing. I think it was their most popular sandwich. So that's why. And I also was like, this is a good staple. It's kind of the way I would look at getting pizza. Like if you're getting pizza from a new place and you know what to get a cheese. Get a slice of cheese pizza because if that cheese pizza does not hit, I don't think any of the rest of that pizza any other pizza you get there is gonna hit. But anyways, Egghead Sando Cafe in San Ramon. Overall, a 7 out of 10. I do think maybe try getting something a little bit more interesting and adventurous that they have there. And, you know, they have more adventurous coffees and you might have a better experience. And I think that might be what I would do the next time I try it if I do get a chance to be out there. Anyways, yeah. I think this was an unprofessional video, by the way. If you don't know what that means, it just means I'm just a dude. Later.